God, love, grace, humility will win. And then you tell everybody to go to hell. You think that's going to work for you, Coach White? Think that's going to work for you? The reality of the situation is none of that stuff will win if it's left up to you, Stephanie White. Because you're not handling it right. You playing right into their hands. Right into their hands.
Welcome back to WNBA Core. Every single day brings a fresh headline, but today's narrative has supporters talking more passionately than ever. Critical questions are surfacing, reactions are flooding in, and these latest events have triggered a massive debate across the entire basketball community. What actually went down, and why is everybody so fixated on it? Stick with us until the very end as we unpack every single detail. Now, let's step directly into today's story. What occurs when Stephanie White's leadership style gets directly called out by Stephen A. Smith instead of routine Indiana Fever game analysis? White finds herself under an uncomfortable spotlight following a fiery situation involving Sophie Cunningham, Dijonai Carrington, and a questionable coaching call. Yet, Caitlin Clark and her teammates appear ready to rally behind her. But what exactly did Stephen A. do to provoke such an upfront pushback from White? Could this friction point to a far deeper problem brewing in Indiana? If you enjoy this kind of breakdown, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Believe it or not, over 73% of our viewers haven't hit that subscribe button yet. It costs nothing, takes just a second, and helps us out immensely. Have you subscribed yet? Awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Now, let's jump straight back into the story.
Our player safety is always a top priority for me. One of the things I pride myself on is my relationships with players. I thought the play got called right. Thankfully, Sophie's okay. Was it egregious? Absolutely. When you have a chance to watch that over and over and over on replay, you can see that. I didn't have that in real time. The hate, the fear-mongering, the divisiveness, the stuff that's trying to hijack our league will not win. It won't win. We are united. We are connected. We will not.
This latest controversy surrounding the Indiana Fever was just elevated by Stephen A. Smith. The core issue isn't merely whether Stephanie White made a mistake, but how she handles the high-pressure situation engulfing the WNBA and her position as head coach.
Embracing the reality of the tense situation that the WNBA, and especially you as the coach of the Indiana Fever, is involved in. There are folks in Indiana at a home game booing you. You ain't the road team, you the home team, you the home coach, and they booing you. And Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark can speak up for you all they want to, as they did, and as they should have.
Has the Fever head coach lost the faith of the very players and community she's built to guide? Moreover, ignoring Stephen A. Smith's calls for accountability is becoming nearly impossible.
White, I've been a defender, the coach of the Fever. Get her out of there. Get her out of there. Fire her ass today. I don't want her back on that bench. Stop defending the other players. Oh, she plays hard, DJ. That's just her being her. You see Caitlin in the press conference almost cover her ears and her eyes. Defend your players. First of all, you're wrong. It was a dirty play. She's gone. But when do you ever see in like the NBA, a coach not defend their own players? She hasn't done it with Caitlin when Caitlin got punched.
The foul that triggered this widespread uproar produced more drama than actual gameplay. Dijonai Carrington was ejected during the Indiana Fever's August 8th game against the Chicago Sky after making contact with Sophie Cunningham near the head and neck on a breakaway. Referees issued a flagrant 2 penalty, leading to an immediate ejection.
What happened when this young lady got ejected from a WNBA game the other day for a flagrant foul on Sophie Cunningham? Did y'all see that? She got ejected from the game for that flagrant foul right there. And I'll be damned if that wasn't a flagrant 2. She mugged her. Damn near came across like decapitating her, for crying out loud. That was definitely a hard foul. Make no mistake about it. Nobody can argue about it. You can say what you want. We know what we saw. No way around it. The Dijonai Carrington foul was clearly unnecessary. It was a flagrant foul penalty too. It was absolutely positively.
That should have concluded the entire incident. a hard foul occurred, officials reviewed it, made the right call, and everyone moves forward. Instead, nobody moved on. The incident spiraled into a much wider argument spanning player safety, coaching tactics, social media discourse, political takes, fan loyalty, and ultimately White's job security in Indiana. The Fever were suddenly forced to handle far more than on-court execution. They had to manage their coach's post-game statements. Whether her explanation matched the visual evidence became a massive talking point online, which is precisely where Stephen A. Smith stepped in. The dilemma White faces is that while she views Carrington as a good person, she's coaching in an environment with high-stakes fan scrutiny where defending an opponent draws intense backlash. White stated she takes it personally if anyone suggests she doesn't completely support her squad. Smith didn't treat this like a standard debate over foul severity. He focused on the bigger leadership picture. As a head coach, recognizing when a player takes a dangerous hit and stepping up immediately is essential. Fans expect a strong response when a player is down, long before social media edits the clip with dramatic angles. Even Florida's Attorney General weighed in jokingly about filing charges, illustrating how wildly out of hand the discourse became. The fundamental question lingers: if White hadn't previously coached Carrington, would her reaction have been identical? The tension spiked dramatically right before the Fever faced the New York Liberty. Addressing the mounting noise, White essentially told critics to go to hell instead of issuing a sanitized PR response. Preaching grace and humility while simultaneously telling dissenters to walk away created a chaotic contrast. Critics seized on this, accusing her of prioritizing league politics over defending her own players during dangerous plays. When a player gets hit hard, fans expect the coach to demand accountability in the media, not act like a neutral observer. White's comments were clearly emotional. She was reacting to what she viewed as an organized attempt to attack her character and fracture her locker room. To her credit, coaching the Indiana Fever under the intense spotlight of Caitlin Clark's arrival brings unprecedented pressure. Every expression and coaching decision is magnified tenfold. What made this situation particularly stark was hearing home fans booing Stephanie White inside her own arena. Dissenting voices online went as far as calling her coaching performance completely incompetent. Despite White's insistence that love wins, critics pointed to past incidents where she didn't aggressively defend her roster. Being booed by your own home crowd isn't standard fan frustration, it's a red flag. Caitlin Clark publicly backed her coach, stating the booing made her sick to her stomach and emphasizing the locker room's unity. This created two distinct realities: strong internal backing from the players, but growing hostility from the outside fanbase. Even after Indiana dominated New York 106-92 behind Clark's 22 points and 10 assists, the off-court debate didn't quiet down. Critics maintained that post-game adjustments and accountability were still lacking. Many analysts argue that regardless of injury setbacks, White's handling of these situations warrants termination, pointing to roster management and defensive post-game stances. The narrative expanded from a single game into a battle of perceptions. Stephen A. Smith's commentary forced a critical question: how should a head coach balance personal relationships with clear accountability? A coach can support a player's character while still calling out a dangerous play on the court. Playing in Indiana under the spotlight surrounding Caitlin Clark means every story spreads like wildfire. Ultimately, winning games can shift the narrative, but until consistency and clear leadership are established, the debate around Stephanie White's future will continue. She now holds the pen for the next chapter and must answer the noise with definitive results on the court.